Rightio, year 9. So we're going to be having a look at latitude and longitude today. The reason I'm making this video is primarily to show you that this is something that you have done before. So we're going to do a quick recap of grid reference, and I'm going to show you how that transfers over to latitude and longitude. It's exactly the same skill. It is just written slightly differently. So here I've got a grid reference map. Oh, bump the bloody camera. And we're going to find, Mr. Owen's laughing in the background. We're going to find the grid reference of this red triangle. So, as I say all the time, you can draw all over the books. So, I'm going to draw my cross through the red triangle. And the grid reference, walking to the tree before I climb it, the bottom before the side. I work along 13, 14, 15, 16. Now, 16 is the first part of the number that I need, but the line is somewhere between 16 and 17. It's not quite halfway, which would make it 16.5. So I'm going to go 16.4 and then put a little comma. Come up this way, 30, 31. It's not all the way to 32. It's definitely past what I would say is 31.5, so like 31.5. So I'm going to go 31.7. Okay? So if I was going to backtrack that, like what we have here with these questions, what is the location just using this number? It is 164, 164, and then 304. 304. That lines up with the church. So the location is church. So that's grid reference. What we are going to be doing now, exactly the same thing. We're going to find the latitude and longitude of this place here, Altdorf. Altdorf is located... This is normally the hardest part, just finding these places. Let's have a look in the top section. There it is right here. So Altdorf. Draw my line through. And my line across. And as you can see, I'm just trying to run it parallel to these lines, because they're not perfectly straight across, because the latitude and longitude lines are working with the curvature of the Earth. So just try to run it parallel. So Altdorf, as I'm working along, you can see I have two lines, and these are 7 and 9. So halfway is going to be 8. And you can see these little circles. These are degrees. So between 8 and 9, it's a little bit over halfway. So if we were thinking like grid reference, maybe you would write 8, 6 or 8.6. Now, the difference with grid reference and latitude and longitude is we're writing in degrees and minutes. And minutes is like the decimal place that we're going to be adding on. And the only difference is that instead of breaking it up into lots of 10 between the main numbers, you've got to break it up into lots of 60. And you might be thinking, why the hell would I do that? Like, where's that come from? It has to do with the fact that our latitude and longitude lines, because we're looking at such a large space, also informs us as to the time zones. So there is an hour between these two main points, say the 7 degrees and the 8 degrees. So it gets broken up into lots of 60 because there's 60 minutes in an hour. Now, I have created a little cheat sheet that you can use because I still want you to think about it as that this is just like grid reference. So down here, as we said before, if we thought that the line going up and down our longitude line is going to be 8.6, 0.6 of 60 minutes is roughly around about, say, 35 minutes. So how do I write that? You're probably asking. This is how we write it. We go 8 degrees and then we write 35 and then a little dash. And when we write the direction, see here it says east and over here it says north, we write the direction in. Now we're going to do our latitude line. And the reason why I've put that here is that you do your longitude second and you do your latitude first. Still run to the tree before you climb it. So let's come over here and we're going to work out our north direction. So coming up between 46 and 47, there is 60 minutes. If I was working like I thought it was a grid reference activity, the halfway mark's around about here. So here's 0.5 or 30 minutes. I would say it would fall into the category of being like a 0.8. And back to the cheat sheet, 0.8 is around about 45 minutes or so. So we take the 46 for the first part with the little circle for the degree. Then we do 45 minutes and make a little dash. And I haven't left enough room, but you would put a north. Sorry, that's not very neat. Can't be perfect all the time. Right, and that's it. I'm going to do one more. Just a bit faster this time without spelling it out. Brig. Put a line through Brig. I'm going to do my latitude first. So I'm going to come over here. 46, half there. Half of that is around about 3. So I'm going to go, looking at my cheat sheet, 3 is 20 minutes. 46 degree, 20 minutes, and it's north. Dash, come down here for Brig. It's bang on the 8. So I would go 8 degrees, 0 minutes, and east. Okay. Have a go at C, D, E, and F by yourself now. And if you can master these, you'll be well and truly ready for our little mini assessment.